Well, Javier Farje joins us now. He is a Latin American analyst and he is in London. Thank you so much for joining us. First off, Obrador was the runner-up in the last two elections. Is it going to be third time lucky?
Yes, definitely. The opinion polls give him almost 20 points lead, which is going to be very difficult to change. It's never happened in Mexican elections, although opinion polls tend to be a bit dodgy these days, as we probably know. But yes, he's way ahead. It is a remarkable campaign because after he lost the 2006 election and the 2012, many people thought that he was dead and buried as a political leader. He's come out with a great deal of strength, and now he's way ahead of Ricardo Anaya, who is the right-wing, left-wing alliance candidate, and also from the for the candidate Jose Antonio Meade, who is the candidate of the ruling party. So yes, this time it looks very unlikely that he will lose unless something spectacular happens. It seems to be that he will be the next president of Mexico.
What is it that Obrador is promising that's resonating so much with voters, do you think?
I think basically the failure of Mr. Peña Nieto, the current president, the outgoing president, who many people accuse him of not standing up to the bullying of President Trump, as they believe it is bullying in terms of the wall and in terms of the economic policies. But at the same time, it happened many years ago in Venezuela, and it's happened in Bolivia and Ecuador. People are getting tired of the traditional parties who have not offered anything in concrete. The PRI was in power for many years until elections system changed, and then the right-wing party, the PAN party, the Party of National Action, was in power as well. And then from 2006 to 2012, and nothing changed. The violence of the drug gangs increased a great deal. So López Obrador is offering alternatives to this, although he has not been very clear about how he's going to solve the serious problem of security in Mexico. So if people are getting tired of all these traditional parties not fulfilling the promises, and they are prepared to give Mr. López Obrador a new chance. He's actually talking about a redistribution of wealth. He's talking about the breaking the monopoly of the state-owned oil company. He's a critical of NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, which is the same case of Trump, although they are both critical of this NAFTA for completely different reasons. And it's going to be interesting, and they believe that he will be the right person to stand up to Mr. Trump, especially in relation to what's happening in the U.S. at the moment, the wall, the separation of children from their parents within the United States, etc., etc. So yes, that's what I think is happening, that people are prepared to give him a chance to change things in Mexico.
So the economy and foreign policy, big issues then. How big of an issue will corruption be for voters when they head to the polls?
To destroy corruption, to root out corruption in Mexico is going to be extremely difficult, and it will take generations because it's rooted within a Mexican society, whether we're talking about the armed forces or ministries or a police officer, a traffic police officer. It's rooted in Mexico, and it's going to be a mammoth task for Mr. López Obrador to try to get rid of it, because many of the very institutions he wants to use against corruption are actually corrupted themselves. There's going to be a big problem for him, and that costs, of course, to the economy millions of dollars a year because of bribes and things like that. So that's going to be a big task for him. He's going to have a lot of support from the people, which is going to help him achieve that, partly because he won't. The next 6 years when he's going to be president, assuming that he will be elected, won't be enough for him to uproot such levels of corruption in Mexico. But yes, it's a big problem. It's probably the biggest problems in Mexico, and that has helped generate more violence. Not only the drug cartels, but also, they have been able to corrupt the Mexican society, some elements of Mexican society and the Mexican state. So they're very well infiltrated in that, and how he's going to deal with that, it still remains a bit of a mystery, because we don't really know exactly how he's going to tackle that. But yes, corruption will be the major issue, but it's going to be very, very difficult for him to be able to break such an old tradition of corruption in Mexico.
Thank you for that. Always good to get your analysis. That's Javier Farje, a Latin American analyst, live from London.